Hello everybody and welcome to our next history lesson. Now the last two lessons we looked at the history of popular music in the last 60 years. So let's share the screen to see what we're going to be looking at today. The question today is, how have toys changed? And this is going to be a two-part lesson as well. So how have toys changed? Okay, so let's have a look at what we're going to be covering. We're going to go over some usual buzzwords. We're going to be having a recap on what we've done in the previous two lessons very quickly. We're going to look at the timeline again, just to be sure what that means. And then we're going to look at the question, how have toys changed? So, really quickly, you're going to need some paper, a pencil, and your history brain today. So if you need to go and get some of those things, the pencil or the paper, you can go and get that now. Okay, let's move on with the lesson. So buzzwords today, we're going to be thinking about the word toys. And if I say that word, I'm sure straight away some of the favorite things you like to play with will pop into your head. So we're going to be looking at toys today. We'll also be looking at the word playing. So we'll be thinking about how over the years, the way that people have been playing with toys has changed and what type of toys they've been playing with has changed. And the last word we're going to be thinking about is modern technology. And how has modern technology changed the type of toys that we play with these days? Okay, so those are the three words that we're going to be thinking about. But before we do that, we're just going to have a quick recap. Can you remember the names of these four different ways in which people used to listen to music? So a quick recap on what we did over the last couple of lessons. Pause the screen. Can you remember the names of these four items? Off you go. Okay, did you get them? Let's have a look. So we've got cassette, CDs or compact discs, MP3 or MP3 player, and smartphones. Well done if you got all of those. So let's just have a quick recap on the timeline. So if we start at the right, on the right-hand side, we are in the year 2021. So this is where we are today. You guys would have been born around about this time on the timeline, between 2010 and 2020. Mr. Antel was born back here because I'm quite a bit older, unfortunately, just before 1980 is where I was born. And my grandma would have been born all the way back here between 1910 and 1920. And this is 1900 here. So this is our timeline of events. So when we think about the last 60 years, we've spoken that you could ask your grandparents, your parents, or your carers about this time period, about things that they experienced over this time, okay? And particularly today, you could ask your grandparents, parents, or carers which toys they used to play with. And talking to parents and grandparents means that we're having a discussion about living memory, okay? So it's what kind of things they remember. So last 60 years, we're starting from 1960 through to 1970, 1980. You can join in if you want. 1990. What's next? The year 2000, 2010, 2020. And then here today we are 2021. So that's our more recent timeline of the last 60 years, the last 61 years. So a quick question for you. What toys do you like to play with? What toys do you like to play with? So just pause the screen now and have a think. What are your favorite toys? Off you go. Okay, I'm sure you came up with some very interesting answers of your favorite toys. Next challenge, could you ask a parent or carer which toys they liked to play with when they were a child? Now, if they're busy working at the moment, then you can ask them later on, but if they're free, you could ask them now. Okay, pause the screen, off you go. Okay, I wonder if the toys that your parents were different to the ones that you spoke about, your favourite ones. So let's have a look at an example of some toys. We've got an aeroplane there. We've got some two sets of toy aeroplanes on the left and the right. Oh, some cars, look like wooden cars there on the bottom left. And a spinning top there, spinning top as well. So these are different examples of some toys here. Let's have a look at these ones. So we've got, it looks like an electric car by the look of it. That's a laptop with a computer game. That looks like Mario. Or another game. Looks like they're having fun on that laptop. And it looks like a computer controller, a games controller. So there's some different examples of toys. What's the difference between these ones I'm going to show you now? So we've got a rocking horse there, looks like a wooden rocking horse, and some Lego, some blocks. What's the difference between those two? Pause the screen and you can either tell somebody at home, or you can tell a Teddy talk partner, or you can tell your screen. Off you go. Okay, what did you come up with? What's the difference between those two? It looks like we've got a wooden rocking horse and some plastic Lego or building blocks. So the difference there is the material. One is made out of wood and one is made out of plastic. Okay, so we'll look at another one. So what's the difference between these two? So we've got Mario there on a laptop, and then we've got the blocks. So pause your screen. Can you say what the difference is between those two toys? Okay, so the difference between these two, one is an electronic toy and one is made out of plastic. So again, it's the material that is different here. So one's electronic and one is made out of plastic. So when we look at toys over the years, generally, and this is very generally, the order in which toys have existed, usually they were made out of wood to start with. So many grandparents and possibly some parents would have had lots of toys made out of wood. Then they moved on to being made out of plastic when plastic was used a lot more. And then we moved from plastic to many toys being electronic. Now we need to be careful that how we speak about this, because that's not to say now that toys aren't made out of wood, and actually wooden toys have become a lot more popular in recent times because of plastic pollution and trying to look after our planet. But generally, many years ago, toys were made out of wood, then they moved towards plastic, and then now we have seen a lot more electronic toys, but you still get all three, and you possibly and probably have got examples of all three in your home. So let's have a look at some toys made out of wood to start with. So we've got a wooden rocking horse, we've got a figurine, we've got some wooden blocks, and we've got another rocking horse, probably a bigger one that you can sit on. So here are some examples of some wooden toys. It's a little challenge for you to pause the video in a moment. Do you have any wooden toys? And why do you like this toy? So the sentence goes, I have a, and I like this toy because, so you're going to pause the video now, go and find that toy, and then can you finish that sentence just by saying it? Can you finish that sentence? Off you go. Okay, I'm sure there are some really good examples of some wooden toys that you've got at home there. Right, we're going to have a look at this sentence now, and it says, why is wood a good material for toys? And if you want, you can use these words to help you. So the two words are strong, durable. So why is wood a good material for toys? Can you say that sentence now and try and finish it off? Okay, so you might have said wood is a good material for toys because it is strong and durable and they will not break. Okay, so it would have to be a big bang for the wooden toys to break. Plastic toys might break a little bit easier. So strong and durable are very important words. That's a good strength for wooden toys. Right, let's have a look now at some toys made out of plastic. So we've got some plastic blocks. We've got some buckets and spade made of plastic that you would use down the beach, hopefully when the weather gets a bit nicer. Or we've got some plastic trucks. And we've got a little plastic Batman character. So here are some examples of some plastic toys. Do you have any plastic toys? And why do you like them? So in a moment, you're going to go and find your favorite plastic toy and try and finish this sentence off. I like this toy because, okay, so pause the video, off you go and find it and then complete that sentence. Go. Excellent. Right, I hope you've got a couple of toys hopefully lined up now, the wooden one and the plastic one. So just another sentence for you to finish off now. Why is plastic a good material for toys? You use these words to help you. So you might use the word wash, clean, or shaped. Possibly wash and clean might be easier, but if you want to challenge yourself, you could put the word shaped into your sentence. So why is plastic a good material for toys? Use those words to help you. Pause the video. Can you finish the sentence? So you might have said plastic is a good material for toys because it can be washed and cleaned easily. Okay, or the word shaped, how would we get that one in? You might say plastic is a good material for toys because it can be shaped into many different things. So it can be molded, shaped more easily than wood. So you can use plastic for a lot more different things. Okay, well done. Now we're going to have a look at some electronic toys. What have we got? We've got looks like an electronic truck, something you can sit on and move around in, or a car rather. We've got Mario again, so we've got a laptop game, another game on a laptop, so two of those. And we've got a controller as well, which you might use to move characters around. So these are examples of some electronic toys. Do you have any electronic toys? Why do you like this toy? So in a moment, you're going to just think of your favorite electronic toy and try and finish the sentence off. I like this toy because, okay, pause the video, off you go. Right, well done, great work. Okay. So we're almost at the end, but just a quick challenge before we go. So can you arrange these toys from oldest to most modern? Now, as we said before, this could be a discussion, but generally, after what we've spoken about, how do you think these would line up from oldest to most modern? Okay, so what would have been played with first, possibly by grandparents, and then later, and then the last one, what's most recent? Okay, so off you go, pause video, have a go. Right, what did you think? Let's have a look. Now, if I was put in this order, I would have been thinking maybe a wooden rocking horse would have been the oldest, then the plastic blocks, and then finally the electronic computer game. But That's not to say that you don't get brand new wooden rocking horses, which can look very nice. So that order could be moved around, but generally that's how toys have changed. Okay, last challenge for you today. So you may have already found these. Can you find your 3 favorite toys, or 3 of your favorite toys? It'd be great if you could get one made out of each of the materials that we've spoken about today. So a wooden one, a plastic one, and an electronic toy, if possible. And can you draw them, either draw them and label them, or you could, if you ask nicely, ask somebody to take a picture of all 3 with you there if you want to be, or not, it's up to you. And then that can be sent in to your teachers. So well done today, everyone. Well done. You've been brilliant historians. We've been looking at the history of toys today, and we've got another lesson on toys next time. I hope you've had lots of fun, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.